open myself up to Spirit, Archangel Michael, Divine Source, God and Guides. I am here to co-create, to share light and wisdom to all. Please protect this space and allow clear messages of divinity to come forth to help the collective watching this at this point or in any moment in time and space. So we have Scorpio, Mercury in the 10th house. The 10th house is about career, long-term goals, structure, status, reputation, fame, men. So this is a lot about the masculine energy. Mercury is about communication and it rules Gemini and Virgo. So it's a mental expression, self-development, connectivity, and enjoyment. Virgo is about practicality, integration, self-realization, analysis, discernment, ritual, and service. Pluto rules Scorpio, and Pluto is about transformation, cycles, source of power, healing. Scorpio is desire, passion, regeneration, decay, and renewal, transformation. Alright, so keeping that in mind, let's proceed forward. And let's start with asking what's the immediate issue. There's an issue going on with the collective. What is the issue? Self-interest, bond. Warning. And more. What are the issues at hand right now? And resistance. Alright. Let's do some tarot to see what comes along with this. Oops. So this is giving me a little bit about our relationship. Oh my gosh. But it's also about career. This is the masculinity. So maybe it's about your own relationship with yourself, how it's defining others around you as well. And because the 10th house, it's career, the goals, your public image. So let's see. So there's some resistance to changes. Alright. Can you tell us more about the self-interest? So we got the 6 of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. How about for the bond card? Can you tell us more about what the bond card is? We got the Empress. And we got the Page of Pentacles. Alright. Can you give us information about the warning? What is the warning about? I got 3 for this one. Oh no, we got like 4. Alright. We have the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and Justice. That's... what is that word? This is interesting. Alright. And how about for the resistance? More information from the resistance. The World. Okay. Interesting. Anything else on the resistance? The Queen of Pentacles. Got it. Alright. This is exciting for some reason. It's really exciting. Alright, so jumping in, I'm just gonna take a peek into this book. For the self-interest, it's saying, I regularly have 4 neighborhood crow visitors. There is one that seems a bit more selfish when it comes to the food I put out. Oops. While the other crows take their turns, grabbing a nugget or 2 of the dog food I leave out on the plate, there is one that will shove as much as it's in its mouth as possible, not caring if there's any single crumb left for the others. Self-interest indicates that you may be looking out for yourself. As a result, others will be impacted. On the flip side, be aware of the actions taken by those around you, as someone may try to come in and take more than their fair share. Being selfish isn't always bad. Sometimes we need to focus on our wants and needs. Depending on your situation, self-interest may indicate that you are in need of some pampering or that it is time to put your needs above others. For example, your dream job may require a move or a shift in lifestyle. You may need to weigh the impact taking this job will you may need to weigh the impact this job will have on those around you. In the short term, you may be perceived as selfish, but in the long term, your decision may benefit all those involved. So this is kind of like with the bond card, it might be giving me if there's like an imbalance going on. But let's continue to see. 6, we have the bond card. Alright, so aside of a few casual swingers, generally male, crows and ravens mate for life. Bond represents a karmic relationship, a connection that goes beyond our everyday existence, whether it is a relationship to a person, a career, a place, a hobby. This soul-level connection is deep and strong. You can feel it course within your veins. Bonds create an energy that pulls you closer to where you need to be and will tug back when you get too far away. When you draw the bond card, use this as an opportunity to focus on areas of your life that feel deeply connected, because it is here that you find the strength to push forward or conjure the enthusiasm needed to reach a goal. The warning. Let's see. Oh, for some reason I was in 43 and 53 instead of 52, and I was just like, what is going on? Okay, so 52. Warning. This card was created during the height of the smoke from the Eastern Washington wildfires that infiltrated the city. Crows have scouts that sit high up all over. Oh my gosh, I'm like really having a difficult time speaking right now. Okay. Crows have scouts that sit high up over all the action to serve as a lookout. It is their job to spot their signs and warn others of danger. Warning indicates the signs are around you. Something less than favorable is approaching, and your attention is needed to ensure you have time to react. Warning brings to your awareness the red flags that you may be missing or denying, putting you in a less than a desirable situation. From the employer who always pays a day or two late to the partner who never seems to want to be seen together out in public. Too often we make excuses in an attempt to dismiss the warning so as to avoid accepting reality. Warning signs appear throughout various scenarios in our lives. Sometimes it takes a friend or someone on the outside to point out what we don't want to acknowledge. When this card appears in a reading, consider the signs that you have received. Do they shed light on a situation that you may have been avoiding? Interesting. Interesting. And then we have 40, resistance. These are beautiful, beautiful deck, by the way. These are new. I love it. There may be a strong wind coming your way. However, you do have the ability to find a path with the least resistance. Have you ever seen a crow get thrown by the wind? The bird may be taken off guard, but it finds its balance again. Resistance brings an obstacle or adds friction to a situation. Ideas that once would have sailed into completion might now require some additional work, but you may find a project or a goal that now requires an extra step to pass on to another phase. Resistance might manifest itself as a need for approval from the outside influence that takes longer to achieve. When resistance appears in a reading, you are asked to be adaptable and find the path of least resistance. And a quote that says, "You are the sky, everything else is just the weather." Ooh, by Pima Chodron. That's beautiful. Alright, so analyzing all of this, this is definitely like a warning for someone. This is on the lookout. I feel like the past readings have been about career and finance and relationships as well, because it all kind of goes together. So the fact that this is, you know, the energy of the 10th house, you know, Scorpio, it tends to be a passionate and communication with the Mercury. So there's a lot of things asking you to communicate to others or yourself, to like analyze really what is going on, and to basically don't turn a blind eye. That's what I'm feeling. Don't turn a blind eye. Put your needs first, like what is imbalanced, and create a bond with what you do want. Those hobbies, the jobs that you're putting time into, those relationships, everything will, you know, will come back one way or another. But it is important to continue to communicate. Even I'm having like a difficulty speaking, so there's something, I guess, in the collective that is asking a lot of us to clear out our throat chakras. And that's why, like, I'm working with this blue candle, so it can help me bring forth like messages to whoever is watching this, and they can resonate clearly with the message and not, you know. You can also work with lapis lazuli. It's for psychic abilities, but it's also blue, so it helps with your throat chakra as well. Alright, so there's something that's ending. And let's see. So there's, okay, let's start in order because I'm over here. So the order of how they came out, the self-interest right now is your 6 of Pentacles, your dedication to something. What are your talents and what are you dedicating yourself into? I mean, right now you could be spending your time thinking about something, starting a new business that you might not know how, but you want to, or you might be talking to someone new. If it's a relationship, like you might be looking into someone that you're possibly considering spending your life with. And we have the Scorpio energy here as well. We have Pisces, we have Taurus, and the moon. So there's something hidden, like you're hiding this emotion in a way, because it's in a thought. It's like either you're in the middle of bringing it forth, or you're just keeping it to yourself. Like it's you're not communicating, you're holding back from it. And it might be a new friendship, but this shows like sensuality, starting a business, the emotion, the water, something is flowing, right? Or it could be overflowing. It's the beginning of that. And then we have a bond. So there might be someone, this, like, honestly, okay, pause. Pause. So for career, you might be embodying, or it might be asking you to embody the Empress energy, which you're fertile in anything you do. The Empress is all the queens at once. So you're passionate, like the Queen of Wands. You're sensitive, like the Queen of Cups. You're sharp, and you get to the point, like the Queen of Swords. And what's the other one? Oh, and you're prosperous, like the Queen of Pentacles. But it's crazy because the Queen of Pentacles also came up over here. So yeah, so it's referencing your income, your money. So this is your stability, right? This is what you're working towards, and this is what you're ideally, like, you want to be stable. You're grounding yourself. So let's see. So for the bond, it shows the Page of Pentacles, which is asking you to keep a realistic goal. So whatever you're passionate about, either a relationship or this new business or new relationship, is asking you to think clearly. Be honest with yourself. Why do you want this? Is it because of materialistic desires? You know, is it because of the ego? Like, is this gonna look good? It's you know, I'm gonna look good doing this job, or it's gonna look good if I go out with this person. So it's like, it's either shallow, which, you know, or is it just unclear to you? Like, what are you determined to do with this hobby? Like, how are you planning on putting your talents into this new venture, this new creative or business outlet, you know? So the warning, it's saying that there's gonna be things coming forth that you need to look out for. But ideally, you have 3 10s here, which is, you know, it's it's crazy. Empress 111, you know, it's like you got a lot of 1s, 10s. So this one is saying that when there was an imbalance, if you were in a past relationship that like you gave too much away, in a past job that you also worked your ass off and you didn't get enough pay, or so now you're starting your own venue, you're starting a new relationship. Now the Justice card is the thing that's going to balance everything. This is Libra energy, and it's just showing that like accountability needs to take place. Either if you're starting a new thing with someone, they're gonna be a little bit like, you're gonna be a little bit more careful on who you select due to your past experiences. Like you're the Empress now, you're embodying this energy that like it's gonna demand whoever comes forth, whoever page energy comes forth, or you know, if this is a person, whoever's gonna offer you stuff, it's gonna need them to put in their work on, you know. So these cards is showing that like someone is carrying a burden, but they're also responsible, stable, and it's like talking about like the increase in salary, their success, the legacy that you're building, and it's gonna lead you to the 10 of Cups. So you're going from something that was burdensome, like if you had an overload and it was just like wearing you out and you didn't know how to balance yourself with that. Now this is showing that like you will know how to make the right decisions. Now you have like the warning sign with these cards, which is ideally saying that you know how to see what's fair, you know how to take accountability. Now you're conscious about how to spot out let's say the wrong partners if it's about a relationship. But then it's also gonna show how, or reflect like you're conscious about what you like in a job and what you don't. So you're just in a very peaceful, like I'm feeling a very peaceful, grounded emotion and feeling to this. You could be a male or a guy, but like this could also apply to you. Like if you're a male, the Empress is just like your feminine energy, like it's strong as hell as well. Like excuse me, confirmation burp. But if you're a female, then this is just like a confirmation for you as well, that like you will how do I say this, like you are channeling the masculine energy, because like I think what it was, the 10th house is masculine. It was like the masculine energy. I'm just gonna face them like this. So you're balanced, so your masculine and your Empress energy are balanced. So like you're just good. Like basically it's giving me the Temperance card. You're watering both sides. You know when to be gentle and you know when to be emotional and tap into your emotions, but you also know when to, you know, when to put in the work, when to focus, and you know what your mind is set on for that success for that stability that you're looking for. So now you're just playing like that Justice. Everyone in the past who like did you wrong, who took advantage of you, everything's just gonna balance out. They're gonna get their justice. It doesn't really matter. Like, you've moved on. You've made the right decision by letting go of whatever needed to let go. So right now, I guess what you need to deal, what you're dealing with, is the resistance. Which, let's release that resistance a little bit. And it's showing the World and the Queen of Pentacles. So something needed to come to an end. And it's crazy because today is the 13th, and it's honestly not crazy. I just say crazy for everything, but I love crazy. And the 13th, it's the end. It's death, but it's also a beginning. So that's what the World is. It's a completion. You've completed whatever you learned in the past, in this old job, in this new old relationship. You're taking everything and you're grateful for it. With the Six of Pentacles, you're grateful for it. Like, you're seeing it as a gift. Whatever you learned from there, you saw it as a gift. Like, thank you, I learned this lesson, and no thank you, I will not, give more there. Like, no thank you, I will not accept this in my future because I don't like it. So you're thankful for those lessons. So now you're just know that there's gonna be resistance sometimes. You're gonna feel like you're going back to those, I guess, old forms of yourself, old habits that you had, old emotions that may come back. And it's gonna always give you a new emotional perspective. You might, cry a little bit about something, but then you realize, wait, hold up, I'm an Empress. Like, I don't need to be crying about this. I know that what I did was correct. And you're just like prioritizing your peace now. So it's honestly, which is like one of the best decisions you can make. It's gonna give you success. It's gonna help you achieve new goals. It's gonna give you pleasure, which is everything you want. This is what you want. Stability is gonna give you pleasure. And now success and the legacy that you're building is going to give you pleasure. You're going to be able to help other people with this, with whatever it is that you're working on, that new business idea. Like, I love this. Like, you're an entrepreneur ideally, and it's giving. It's giving everything. So for the Queen of Pentacles, it's just showed this is like the outcome. You're gonna have resistance, but you're the Queen of Pentacles. Like, nothing will stop you, period. And it's just a little wind. Like, you've probably come from wars, you've experienced it all, and now you're just confident. You're still choosing love. You're still choosing to be soft because you are the Empress. You are that queen, like sensitivity that's still in you. You're confident. You're balanced in your feminine and your masculine. So let's see. Any internal things. Any other messages for the inner world of this beautiful Empress or Emperor, depending on who's watching? And to clarify the message, now we know that it's an ending and a beginning. You're starting a new venture, the end of something. Oh, this one wanted to come out. I'm gonna flip it. So you're a warrior. So, okay, the warrior energy also has like a little bit of Aries. So there's a lot of, so it's suggesting to put that fire into action. This one wants to turn, and we're gonna let it soul work. So there's something that's also calling you. And play. Is this two? Oh my god, there's two. Play and the void. Alright, so we have, it feels like it's like the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords didn't come out. There's Pentacles and Empress, but you are the Sword. Sometimes you need to like be sharp. You need to stand up for yourself. Be like, put those boundaries up. Like, no honey, not today. I'm doing this. If you're in a relationship, if you're with your friends, no honey, I can't. Like, don't get mad. If you're talking to someone new, no honey, that's absolutely not how I flow. So step back or talk to me differently because I don't tolerate this, And for soul work, you're being called to do something, to start that business. You might have like noticed in the past what makes your soul on fire? What is that bond you have with the so this is honestly outside of career, but like a career isn't everything. Like as an empress, you're successful, you stand on your own, so you are being called to do your soul work. What are you being called to do? Is it a book? Is it starting a new business for X, Y, and Z? I mean, you tell me. You tell me in the comments, and I would love to know how that process goes and give any like feedback or anything like that. But anyway, so now the warning and the resistance is asking you to loosen up a little bit, to play a little bit with light, to know that like you see the signs and synchronicities. So like don't ignore them. Play with the universe. The universe is there. Oh, right here. These two came up. The universe, the void. Step into the void, which is basically just meditation. Ideally, just go within yourself and tap into yourself. Just like go into that dark space. Visualize, if you want to visualize like something mystical, go on up to the clouds or things like that. But it's asking you to play. If you see a feather, hey, that's a feather. What is this telling me? If you see a bird flying, what bird is that? What is this telling me? You know, and create movement in your life towards the things that you want. You got a transformation going on. So this is like the end of the world as well. Like something ends, and it's like shedding the old skin as well. So you're no longer gonna be the person that people think they're dealing with. You're the Empress. That's the new you, and we can change every freaking time, any day we want. You know, we got the destruction right under movement. So something needs to come to an end in order for their movement to be. So sometimes you might be forced to do these changes. If you're not doing them on your own, if you're not being decisive enough, the universe is going to do it for you, you know? So don't complain after. Sacred sexuality. So if this is based on a relationship, it would honestly tell me to just like be aware of your sexuality, how you're using it, who you're giving it to, how you're giving the attention. And also sacred sexuality, like the sexual energy is the sacral, it's your orange chakra, which is about creativity. So how are you using this creative? You're fertile, you're the Empress, like, so you have an infinite fountain of youth, of sexuality, of creativity. You can birth anything to life. So it's, I don't know if you can see them here, a little bit. So right now it's just, okay, let's pick one more. But it's definitely confirming this. All right, and we have like 3 more, but it's okay. At least I'm not reading these. So everything will take patience. We got the patience card, we got the wielding, we got the seeker, and we got the creator. So seek inner knowledge. The wielding is also like goes with this warrior card, which is like sometimes you need to draw up that sword. You really do. You need to stand up for what you believe in. Let me see if you can see it. Stand up for what you believe in. And that also means your dreams. Do you believe in this dream? Even if people around you don't believe in it, don't worry about it. It's not their problem. You're the creator. You're the Empress. Such a nice card. I love it. Look at that. Oh, I love it. You're the creator. You know how to play with the universe. You seek knowledge. And the universe responds. You seek those gifts. You play with the universe gives. So just be patient with yourself. It shows, you know, it takes a while for the roots form first, but it takes a while for like the flowers and everything to bloom. It might take a couple of seasons for it to be like exactly how you want it to be, but you will achieve it. And let's see, if this is creative, I kind of want to I'm gonna use Bob Ross. I saw this, and I'm just gonna pick a couple that will help you feel that sacral energy, that creative energy. Let's see. This one is funny. I love it. Oh, we got another 10. Wow. So it says, use absolutely no pressure, just like an angel's wing. So just know you're protected. Don't, you know, have patience on yourself. Let me see. Did I show myself? It's so cute. Ask your angels for protection. Ask your angels for guidance. And then, let's see. What is... Oh, this is too many. Any fun messages for the viewer that go with creativity? This one wanted to come out on prosperity. Just go out and talk to a tree. Make friends with it. So it's asking you to stay rooted. Stay rooted in yourself. Stay rooted in your truth. Don't lose this energy. Don't let anyone come in and meddle with your shit, basically. And then one more. Oh, two more came out. Just cute. Alright. So we have, and that may be the true joy of painting. When you shake it up, when you share it with other people, I really believe that's the true joy. So that one came up over here. So you're giving like philanthropy. So you're wanting to do something to help others. And you have a good heart. Your heart is in a good space for that, for thinking like that, for being like that. But sometimes you do need to put yourself first in order to achieve those things. So just be patient with yourself. Have that balance. And last, it says, I think each of us at some times in our life has wanted to paint a picture. So that's like you're the creator. You create. This could be a brush if you're a painter. If you're a painter, I would love to know. I want to know if any of your painters. I love it. I love painting as well, and I feel like this also speaks to me in some ways. So I learned through doing this with you all, and this is like a space that I'm honoring for anyone who comes across, and I'm you know, I'm just here for you. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just really nice. So let's see. So we have 4, 5, we got 6, 6, we got 1, so we got another 6. Remember the communication or expression. Expression could be anything. It could be dancing, painting, writing, podcast, sharing your story, in any way, you know. But even bringing a business into the world, that's expressing. That's like your sacral energy at work, your creative energy at work. You're exercising it. And let's see, I don't know, I feel like this is it's bringing everything together. Let's do, to close it off, let's do an affirmation. Alright. Oh, this one wanted to come out. Let's see if one of them comes out. Oh my god, they all want to come out. Okay. Alright, so this one came out. Right. So we have, I am attuned to the universal wisdom and the energy of the crystal kingdom. So this is your, let me see if I can. And then you have another one. I am open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. So yeah, it's asking you to share, express, communicate. Owls may be of significance. It's also orange, so it's the creative energy. And it's a beautiful crone. It has 2 owls. So you're very wise. Whoever's watching this, you're a very wise person. And we can all learn from each other when we share it. So that is the soul's work. It's asking you to step forward into it. Create a bond, a tight bond that nobody can break. nobody can break. If you get too far from it, you'll be called right back in. We got 7s, we have a bunch of 10s, 1s, 40 for resistance, 52, which is another 7. And yeah, this is the reading for today. I hope you like it. Let me see. And I hope you start that business. I hope you take onto that journey for yourself. You're gonna really surprise yourself, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be really happy. Okay, take a deep breath.